At Sedgefield Parkrun here with Caroline Grant, who's going to be doing the Marathon for Heart Foundation as well, and we have a beautiful but slightly timid Charlie as well. So yeah, Caroline, yeah, say hello.
Hello.
Good stuff.
Yeah, my local parkrun, so excited to be here.
Excellent. So we're going to find out a bit more about Caroline's story and explore the beautiful Sedgefield Parkrun as well. So fantastic. We'll catch you in a bit. Other thing that we definitely need to talk about as well is obviously running for British Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
It's a charity, and for running the London Marathon we need to raise a certain amount of money. So yeah, go say about how that's going and what you'd like people to do.
Yeah, so I've got my Just Giving page set up if anybody wants to make a donation via there.
We'll have the link for that in the comments for this as well.
Great, and also I'm currently in the process of organising an auction. So some local businesses have really kindly donated things for us to auction off. Some really good prizes, and reaching out to more businesses to make that as exciting as we can.
Great. Well, if you're a local business in Sedgefield, make sure you box Caroline off with some nice things to auction as well, and it'll be great. And anybody for me, my link will be in this as well. I've got to raise about $2.5 grand. Bit scary, so please click on it and donate. That'd be amazing. All right, catch you on the actual route. Ready to go. Got the start line soon. Oh, here we go. We're off. So let's do it. Oh, yes, it is recording. That is fab. So is it all right?
Yeah. Just had a collision.
Oh no. We've got Charlie down here who can be a bit nervous apparently, so I'm sure he'll be fab. So, notice the Lonely Goat gear that you've got on there.
Yeah.
Right, I'm in that as well.
Oh, great.
Yes, so I think we should do a horns.
Yeah.
Do a goat horns for the Lonely Goat crew.
Yeah, it's a great club. It's such a, because I do a lot of nearly all of my running on my own.
Yeah.
It gives you that sense of community with other runners.
Yeah, absolutely.
And loads of good advice. So
absolutely, yeah. And there's people on there with all kinds of pace and ability, and
yeah,
you know.
And everybody's so encouraging. It's like you see people that run ultras or are super quick, and they're giving the same level of encouragement to somebody who's starting out on couch to 5K.
It's great, isn't it? Yeah. I think the kind of attitude with it is like, you know, even if you are an amazing runner, there's that much experience you can pass on to other people.
Yeah.
And everybody's had their rubbish days running. Everybody's had their plods, everybody's had the really exciting ones where it just feels like your feet aren't touching the floor.
Yeah.
It's fab.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about the running community as a whole.
Cheers, mate. Absolutely. So, yes, how's all the training going so far for the marathon?
All right, we had so after I did the virtual last year, I did take an extended break from running.
Yes. Was that we were just sick of running after the virtual marathon?
Yeah, I think I was a bit sick of it. And it was winter,
yes.
And it's cold and it's dark.
Oh, yes.
So then started getting back into it, but then unfortunately caught COVID.
Oh God,
so
yes.
That had me out for a good while.
Did you get it bad?
I didn't feel great.
Yeah.
Obviously not as bad as some poor people, but it definitely knocks my fitness.
Yes.
Morning, Chris.
Morning.
Morning.
And then since I've come back, I've been doing heart rate training.
Oh right, okay. So what's that like?
Frustrating.
All right. Yeah.
But I can see it making a difference. So
Yeah.
basically, my heart rate gets to a heart rate gets to a certain point, and then have to slow down. To
And
back
did you
under.
do? Is that a Fitbit thing you use with
Yeah.
that, or? Yeah.
Use it with my Garmin, but already 2 weeks in, I can go run for longer without my heart rate
Yeah.
going
that's
up.
good.
So it is improving my fitness, but it is quite frustrating because you're thinking, well, I could keep running.
Yes. Oh, good stuff. And so what kind of distances and stuff you're up to at the minute?
Just doing it on time out running at the moment.
Okay.
And then we'll be flicking it over.
Yeah.
What I found when I've done training in the past, good boy, is my training goes quite slow to start with.
Yeah.
And then it really accelerates.
All right, fantastic. So you hit your groove, hit your straps, and you're on the way.
Yeah. And it's nice having been through the process, whereas I think the first time I was getting frustrated.
Just going to get this lovely thing up on the hill. Hope you can see it. This is maybe me falling over in a second. There we go. Cheers, thanks mate.
Yeah, I think the first time I started training I was getting quite frustrated, but now I've got a better understanding of my body and how it reacts. I'm much more relaxed about it now.
How did you end up signing up for British Heart Foundation for the marathon?
Well, it's a charity that means a lot to me. We lost my dad in December 2017 due to heart disease. So obviously there's that strong emotional attachment. Yeah. I think we boy needs to walk.
Okay, we'll have a walk for a bit. There you go, mate. Where's he at?
So I've always had that affinity with them, and I'm conscious that I'm approaching the age that my dad had his first heart attack.
Oh really? Okay.
Um,
Is that one of the reasons you're doing the heart rate training and things?
yeah, it's something that I am really mindful of.
Okay.
Not that I've ever been diagnosed with any issues, but I think it's one of the reasons for me running generally is for my health, physical and mental. So it's good to look after our bodies because we only get one.
Absolutely, it's the only thing you can't buy or replace or anything like that, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, and I think the research that the Heart Foundation does is so pioneering.
Oh, brilliant.
I mean, when you read out some of the things, sort of with the clusters that they're doing to help people, and if you think about where treating heart disease is now compared to where it was sort of even 5 years ago, it's
absolutely. It really is good. I've been looking into some of that for the guys in the shops.
right.
Because sometimes we end up getting stuck into like processing jumpers and books and things like that. You can get a bit separated from all the stuff that we do. So we've got the princesses from Frozen going past us, I think, at the minute.
But you didn't realise you'd be running with a princess.
Absolutely, yes. So the research that we've got, you just let us know when he's ready again.
Yeah.
We'll go for, it's all good to have a walk.
Do you want to have another go, son? Yeah, we'll have another.
What'd she say? How are we doing? But seriously, if he's feeling tired or anything like that, let's not wind his paws to wear his paws to a stump if he's getting tired. So one of the ones we've got in Sheffield, we've got quite a few different research programs.
Right.
So the one that they're doing at the minute it's for babies. So it's actually scanning. Normally they do ultrasound for scanning babies and seeing how they're doing while they're still in the womb.
Wow.
But if a baby's got congenital heart disease, it can actually affect the development of the brain as well.
Right.
And it's really important to catch that early, make sure you've got the right support in there. So they're checking out if MRI scans are actually going to pick that up, because they've seen that actually that's really worth looking into.
Right.
And that'll mean that, you imagine being born with congenital heart disease and some problems in development of the brain, you're going to need the help as soon as you can.
Yeah.
So we got that one in Sheffield, but there's about 10, I think it's about 10 different ones going on in Sheffield right now. So there's absolutely loads that are going on. You were saying about the plasters. What was that you were?
Yeah, it was. Now I'm not very good with detail on things like this, but it was around putting stem cells into plasters.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was something I saw on a Heart Foundation post, and it just staggers me what they can do in terms of extracting things like stem cells, and therefore, and also sort of what conduits they use for putting them onto patients.
That's amazing. No,
he's dragging again. Sorry.
Go on then. No, it's all good. It's all good. No, it's fab. I know I was running with Pete, who actually, hi Pete, if you're watching, you're alright. He was saying that the particular condition that he had that gave him the heart attack, a big part of it is actually repairing the damage caused by heart attacks. And there's a new development they're doing, which I think is going on down at Oxford, where it acts like a Lego brick between the different damaged parts of the heart.
Wow.
That can actually start giving a lot of function back. Because he was, I mean, just obscenely fit. I mean, kind of national level of Iron Man challenge and things. I couldn't even dream of that.
Because I was watching that, and it was how it was his fitness that they think saved him.
Absolutely, yeah. And so this kind of research will be able to like give him a lot of the heart function back, which is awesome. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, it is amazing. And even this few sort of it's the same. Dad had his first heart attack in his late 40s.
Yeah.
And then he had different episodes, whether it be angina or what have you, sort of then throughout the years. And you know, he had a couple of stents, and he'd go in.
Yeah.
And I'd be thinking, oh, my dad's having heart surgery.
Yeah.
But he'd go in and he'd be out in the day.
That's brilliant.
Going, I feel amazing.
And you know, so he's had the stenting. I mean, I know he had his first heart attack. How was he after having the stents in?
He was fine. I mean, he had a bypass after his first one.
Okay.
So that was obviously quite a long recovery. But he got back up, and he was very, very active.
Yeah.
Huge dog man, hence my love of dogs. So he would always be out walking the dog and trooping over fields, and he was actually out walking the dog when he had the one that ultimately took him.
Oh God, so sorry.
So but he unfortunately it's something that's been in that side of the family. It's obviously a genetic thing that's been passed down.
Absolutely. And are you kind of getting some checks? I know you said you were, you know, bearing that in mind for yourself as well. Are you kind of getting checks and stuff as you're going, or?
Yeah, I actually I've got a health check booked in May.
Oh, that's good.
When I'm a bit further on in my training, they didn't want to do it now because I was still relatively close to post-COVID. So it's booked in for May, and that will be a full-on test and checking what my VO2 limit is, and which will be really useful for me then to adjust my own training plan. And making sure that I can maximise it but stay safe.
That's good. That's good. And have you advised? I know they got the running coaches for British Heart Foundation. Have you been using them?
Yeah.
How have they been going?
Yeah, they've been really good. So we got the
down there over the bridge. Well done, fantastic.
Thank you.
We got it's a nice little part of the route. This.
It's
Do you want to
beautiful.
try again, son? You're still dragging a little bit, but we'll give you a little jog. So there we go.
Okay.
So they filled in all the details, explained what my situation was, and you could put in what are the races you've got booked in.
Okay.
And then they sent me back a really great training plan.
Oh, fantastic.
With really tailored, specific advice.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good support that the Heart Foundation's put up for its runners.
Oh, that is fab.
So if anybody hasn't done it, I'd recommend you take advantage.
That is great. No, very, very good idea. I've been terrible following mine. I'm like the naughty kid at the back of the class.
I'm sure you'll get back on track.
Yes.
I mean, mine, I've adjusted it slightly because of COVID, obviously, but it is. I'm somebody who I like. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Just like right at the end of the lead.
Oh, bless him.
I like to have a plan.
Yeah.
If I don't have a plan, I'm less likely to go out.
Yes.
I used to like running on the canal when we lived in Yorkshire.
Oh, where'd you live?
We used to live near Skipton.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so was that Leeds Liverpool Canal, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So guaranteed no hills.
Oh. Yeah.
Whereas round here, everywhere seems to be a hill.
That's right. Yeah. It is kind of nice not having the hills there. Used to live in Sheffield. You saw my training
Oh yeah, there'd be plenty there then.
on the Transpennine Trail, which is loads and loads of hills. Because I'm not that much of a fan of city running with all the traffic going past and pollution. So in Leeds, kind of the only place you can get that kind of peace is on the canal.
Yeah.
Unless you do loops and loops and loops of a park. Oh, sorry, there you go. Hey, we've just been laughed by the fellow there. It's all good.
He's not got a 15-year-old dog.
He's not got a 15-year-old dog, has he? You know what? I bet he wishes he had. It's a pleasure to have a 15-year-old dog.
He's doing really well, actually.
Yes. There we go. We've got all the fast lads coming through and burning past. Well, in there. Good luck. It is one of the nice things about Parkrun. You get absolutely everybody coming through.
Yeah, it is. I volunteer for the junior Parkrun here on a Sunday.
Oh, good on you.
And it's really heartwarming.
Yeah.
All the children are so polite.
Yeah.
And they just encourage each other.
Yeah.
So it is lovely.
Yeah.
And you get the super speedy ones that, because obviously it's shorter, that seem to.
Did they do the same distance or what?
No, they do half.
Okay.
Actually, it might even be 2 kilometres.
Yeah.
So you get some that you just seem to have set them off and finished, and then you get the little ones that come round and show you all the leaves they've collected on the route and tell you about the worm that they found.
Do you get a few more frozen princesses as well?
Yeah. We sometimes get superheroes. It's as you can see, I like bonny leggings.
Absolutely, you've got the lonely goat leggings there.
So often if I'm wearing...
We've just got a fast lad coming up on the side. I'm just going to come to the in front. We don't need to run, it's just giving him some space to get past. No worries. Cheers, thank you. We've got a old dog here with us. He's doing great.
So I'll often be, when I'm doing my volunteering, I'll have sort of bright leggings on, and you often get little kids coming up.
Cheers them all up, doesn't it?
I really love them. Especially if I've got my cartoon ones on.
Yes. Cheers, thank you very much. Hey, we're not last, we're doing alright. We're still doing fine. So tell us about this auction stuff that you're doing.
Yeah, so reached out to local businesses across the region, with a view of, I thought, well, I'll hold an auction on Facebook.
Yes.
And give people the opportunity to get some great stuff, whilst raising money, obviously, towards my total. So
great. Got
some really generous people.
Great. So any businesses you want to show a bit of love to and kind of say thank you to?
I think we've got AAA Food Tours.
Well, in AAA Food Tours.
They do food tours in different cities around the northeast.
That's all right.
Did one myself a few years ago.
Yeah.
Around Newcastle, and really good fun. Really good fun. So they kindly made a donation of a prize for one of their tours.
Oh, what are they? Oh, so you actually go on an eating tour?
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. Then we've got Alex Clark Art.
Yes.
Who sent us a gorgeous painting.
Yeah.
Which is dog related as well. So two of my loves together.
Lovely. Well, I'll tell you what, afterwards, send us a picture of the pet and I can put a picture on the screen.
Oh, great,
as we're on, so we all like a dog picture.
Yeah, and I think the one that's worth a shout out is author called LJ Ross. Don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she's from the region.
Yeah.
And she writes crime books.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
And a lot of them are set around here. So
brilliant.
She's got one series in particular which is all based in the northeast. And she's going to donate a full set of those, and she's going to sign some of them.
So kind.
Yeah, so
bit of a collector's item there.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've been really kind. They've been really kind, and then we'll be collating some more stuff over the coming weeks, and then
brilliant.
Have a bit of an auction and a bit of fun.
That is so good. So if you want to get some of that fab stuff, a bit of eating, reading, and a bit of beautiful dog art, get onto Caroline's page and get some bids in. So
absolutely.
Grand.
Stuff over the coming weeks, and then
brilliant.
Have a bit of an auction and a bit of fun.
That is so good. So if you want to get some of that fab stuff, a bit of eating, reading, and a bit of beautiful dog art, get onto Caroline's page and get some bids in. So.
It's quite daunting, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And I think that's why if you do a charity place at the marathon,
yes,
it's really important to do one for a charity that means something to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Because then it is much easier to ask people for money for something that you're passionate about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So yeah, we've still got time to go.
We do. We've got quite a few months to go. So.
Absolutely.
And it always tends to pick up just before the event as well.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah. When people realise that, oh, you actually are doing this.
Yes. Absolutely. See the miles kind of coming up and seeing all the stories of the early morning runs and things.
Yeah.
Yes. Good stuff. How's you doing?
It's okay, actually. I think it might be picking up a bit.
We need to go down there.
Have you done two?
Have we? Still on the first. Oh, it's the finish. So, whoa. We need to get off. Sorry. We nearly did a personal best there. Sneaking up the finisher's one.
That would have confused us when I got the time through.
That certainly would have done. Yes, there'd have been a bit of a steward's inquiry with that one. Is he all right to run, or is he needing still to walk?
Yeah, I think he might have had it, unfortunately.
Yeah. So just coming in towards the end, I think Charlie's fancied more of a walk around the room, which is absolutely fine, because you must always listen to venerable dogs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's done really well, bless him.
Yes.
He won't need his walk this afternoon, that's
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, nice one. So we've just seen what we think might be a lost dog running through the park. So got in touch with the owner that's posted on a local page. Hopefully it can be reunited. So we might have a bit of a guest star running through. If you see a kind of a blonde husky-like dog running in the background, shout up. It'll be all good, but I think we're nearly finished now.
Yeah, we are just up this little bit of a hill and round the corner,
yes,
and through the funnel.
And we're all good. And this time, well, we tried to finish in one lap last time.
Yeah,
which
it was going to be a remarkable PB.
Yes, it would have been wonderful. And we've got a dragon here going on. Dragon. Lovely. One for the nerds. There you go. And a castle. We're good. And if you can see that behind us, yes you can. There you go. Beautiful. All right, so we're all done. And so fantastic luck with the rest of the training, Caroline.
Thank you very much for coming up and meeting us.
Oh, no problem at all, my pleasure. And just so we can have a proper, there you go, there's the lad, there's Charlie, we love you Charlie, there you go. And so if everybody's watched the video, please, if you can, either donate something to Caroline's auction or the fundraising page, or to mine, that'd be fantastic. All the best, see you later, bye.